Welcome to this video tutorial. Here, you will learn through practical demonstration how to create a simple web page using the latest version of HTML. Now open the Notepad application. If you are using the Mac operating system, open Text Edit. Type the HTML5 declaration tag to indicate that you are using the latest version of HTML. Type the HTML element after the HTML5 declaration tag. Type the head element inside the HTML element. Type the title element inside the head element. Type these words home page inside title element. Now type the body element after the head element, but make sure that it is inside the HTML element. Then save your file as an HTML file in the desktop location of your computer. Name your file index.html and select all files under the Save As type. Go to the location where you saved your web page. Look for index.html, which will appear as a web page, and open it. You can now close your web page. Note that to save your file as a web page, you must add the .html extension in the file name and select the All Files type. It is now time for you to learn how to create the headings of a web page. You can create 6 different types of headings of a web page using HTML. The headings are: H1 heading, the most important heading. H2 heading, the most important subheading but less important than the H1 heading. H3 heading, subheading a level lower than the H2 heading. H4 heading, subheading a level lower than the H3 heading. H5 heading, second to the least important heading. H6 heading, the least important heading. Note that the order of importance decreases as we move from the H1 heading to the H6 heading. Now open your web page on the desktop of your computer, which is the index.html. Open it with Notepad. If you are using Mac, open it with TextEdit. Now type the H1 element inside the body element to create the H1 heading. Type these words main heading inside the H1 element. Save the changes made and open your web page. Well, I will open my web page with the Firefox browser. To create the H2 heading, type the H2 element after the H1 element. Type these words main subheading inside the H2 element. Save the changes made and refresh your web page. Type the H3 element after the H2 element to create the H3 heading. Type these words third level heading inside the H3 element. Save and refresh your web page to see the changes made. Now type the H4 element to create the H4 heading. Type these words fourth level heading into the H4 element. Save and refresh your web page. Over to the H5 heading. Now type the H5 element after the H4 element. Type these words second to the last into the H5 element. Save and refresh your web page. Lastly, in this chapter, type the H6 element to create the H6 heading. Type these words the least important heading into the H6 element. Save and refresh your web page. Time to learn how to create the paragraphs of a web page. You create the paragraphs of a web page using the paragraph element written below. Still using the index.html, type the paragraph element after the H1 element. Type the sentence introduction to paragraphs inside the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page to see the addition of the new paragraph. Now let us proceed to create another paragraph. But here we will create a paragraph with two sentences. So type the paragraph element after the H2 element. Type these sentences. Welcome to another experience. Practice leads to perfection. Save and refresh the changes made to see the paragraph element under the H2 heading. Now let us create a line break. You create a line break using the BR tag. To demonstrate how to use a line break, we start by creating another paragraph, typing the paragraph element after the H3 element. Now type these sentences into the paragraph element. Want to create a line break. See the changes made. Save the changes made and refresh your web page. This is just to see the addition of the new paragraph. Now type the BR tag between the first and the second sentence of the paragraph. Save and refresh your web page. Now let us change the location of our website on the computer into a new folder. We are changing the location of this web page because we will be creating another web page and we want both web pages to be in the same folder. So create a new folder on the desktop location of your computer. Name your new folder Learn. Cut and paste the index.html web page inside the Learn folder. Now it is time to learn how to format the text in a web page, that is to display the texts of a web page in certain formats like bold and strong, italics and emphasis, mark, small, delete, insert, subscript and superscript. We start by creating a new web page. So open a new notepad or text edit window. Now type in all the basic HTML tags and elements exactly the same way you did in chapter 2. But you will only change the title of your web page. Save your new web page in the Learn folder you created in the last chapter. Be reminded that to save a file as a web page when you are using Notepad or TextEdit, it must have the .html extension and be saved as all file type. Now we start the process of making a word bold by creating a new paragraph in the body element. Type these words you must be loving into the paragraph element. Save and open your web page, which is format.html. Now embolden the word must in the paragraph by typing the bold element around it. Save and refresh your web page. Now you can see that the word must is bold. Now let us attempt to use the strong element on the word loving. So type the strong element around the word loving. Save and refresh your web page. Note that the difference between the bold element and the strong element is that the bold element has no semantic importance while the strong element has semantic importance in a web page. Now let us proceed to use the italics element I/I and emphasis element M/M. But we will start with the italics element. So we start by creating another paragraph. Type these words. Practice is very important for progress into the paragraph. Save and refresh your web page to see the addition of the new paragraph. Now italicize the word is by typing the italics element around it. Save and refresh your web page. Now let us use the emphasis element. The emphasis element is written as M/M. So type the emphasis element around the word for in the last sentence. Save and refresh your web page to see the changes made. Again, note that the italics element has no semantic importance while the emphasis element has semantic importance. You highlight the word in a web page using the mark element written below. So create another paragraph using the paragraph element. Type the word concentrate inside the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page. Now type the mark element around the word concentrate. Save and refresh your web page. Now you use the small element to make a word or letter in a sentence smaller than the other words in that sentence. The small element is written as small/small. Create a new paragraph. Type these words, "This great and unique paragraph," inside the paragraph element. Save and refresh. Type the small element around the word paragraph. Save the changes made and refresh your web page. You use the delete element del/del to show a strike through on a word in a web page. Create a new paragraph. Type these words. Delete the evil content in the sentence inside the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page. Type the delete element around the word evil in the sentence. Save and refresh your web page to see the changes made. You use the insert element in /ins to show a word added to a document. Create a new paragraph. Type these words "you are healthy" into the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page to see the addition of the new paragraph. Type the insert element around the word "are" in the sentence. Save and refresh your web page. You use the subscript element to make a word in a sentence subscript. The subscript element is written as sub/sub. Create a new paragraph. Type the words "you are responsible for your actions" inside the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page. Now type the subscript element around the word "you." Save the changes made and refresh your web page. You make a word in a sentence superscript by using the superscript element. The superscript element is written as sub/sub. So create a new paragraph. Type the words "the last demonstration" into the paragraph element. Save and refresh your web page. Type the superscript element around the word "last." Save and refresh your web page. With this we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching.